Are your personal beliefs undermining yourself and society? They could be. As the family goes, so goes the nation. Many of you have probably heard that before. I know I've heard it from many other people. Usually it's from conservatives or religious individuals, but I want to give you the social science and maybe even political science definition of that. It's been said that the family is the fundamental unit of society. It's also been said by Yuri Bronfenbrenner, a sociologist and psychologist. He said that the family is the most humane, the most economical, and the most powerful system known for building competence and character. So if the family is the fundamental unit of society and it's the best institution for socializing small people into bigger people, then what are the things that are undermining the family? Well, since the 1960s and sexual revolution, there's been this idea called expressive individualism. Expressive individualism is the idea that the individual should determine their own truth, and their own feelings, thoughts, needs, and preferences determine reality, regardless of what other people may think. Many trends have come out of this. Abortion on demand, cohabitation, out-of-wedlock births, extramarital affairs, no-fault divorce, pornography, the hookup culture on college campuses, fatherlessness, and the list goes on and on and on. If you were to ask some people, many people would see these ideas as progress and liberation from traditional ideas of hierarchical families or of duty and respect. Researchers have found that there are 3 ethics that you can view the world. And these 3 ethics, or lenses, as I like to call them, one of them is called ethic of autonomy. The next is ethic of community. And the last, ethic of divinity. Let's break these down. Ethic of autonomy is the idea that individuals are first and foremost autonomous beings, but really expressive individualism has grown out of this lens. Canada, the United States, and Western Europe have really bought in full send to ethic of autonomy, divorced from or separated from community and divinity. So therefore, we try to come up with policies and ideas that promote people's individuals' wants, needs, and preferences. Problem is, you really don't have a society when you become so individualistic, because if everybody tries to get what they want, nobody really gets what they want, because our needs and preferences and demands, and therefore our own truths, subjective truths, are different. Ethic of community, however, is based on the idea that we are part of larger groups or entities, such as armies, tribes, companies, and of course, families. And it emphasizes words like duty, hierarchy, respect, and responsibility. Those words seem quite oppressive to people who are very much into expressive individualism. We are needed in this community, regardless of what country or culture you're from. And divinity, the more we recognize there's a higher power, regardless of your religious persuasion, the less likely you are to see yourself as your own little g God. I've had the privilege of speaking at the United Nations and working with UN diplomats for the past 12, 13 years. And I've heard all sorts of ideas there. It's evident to me in my interactions there and hearing from various non-governmental organizations that there are certainly different lenses with autonomy, community, and divinity. But I remember speaking at an event, and it was on parental rights and giving the parents the authority to be the primary socializer, influencer, and educator for children. During the Q&A, a woman in the back, she was quite upset, visibly upset, and said quite angrily, "You want to put the authority and the power back in the parents' hands? The parents are the abusers." And the more I thought about it, I've heard this refrain before. People who have had difficult experiences or terrible experiences in marriage, so they try to minimize the marital institution and try to tell and encourage people, don't get married, it's the end of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, this woman thought that parents were the abusers and the institution of parenthood is broken. The more I listen and ask questions, the more I find out this woman has been abused by her parents. Well, what we know from people who have experienced trauma or unhealthy family and marital relationships, they often have a hard time being objective and accurately diagnosing where the problem lies. I simply said to her, "I'm sorry that you've gone through this experience. People are broken. I don't think the family is broken. I think people within families are broken. We need to rehabilitate people, not get rid of parenting, get rid of marriage, or get rid of the family." If you or someone you know has been in a terrible marriage or raised in an unhealthy family, my heart breaks for you. But I hope we won't misdiagnose the problem. I hope you will get the healing and the help that you need, because your family of origin does not have to determine your family of creation. So I always like to pair principles together. Big fan of autonomy, but autonomy should always have community attached to that. Rights should always have responsibility attached to that. Demands should always have duty attached to that. These two things seem to balance out each other and help people be truly fulfilled. And what research is finding again and again is that if you have a country and a culture that is set on autonomy, community, and divinity, those countries thrive and they have the best possibility of creating human flourishing. Even the individuals who believe in individualism are hurt by focusing just on individualistic policies and ideas. If we really want to solve social problems and we ignore the trends of fatherlessness, avoiding marriage, and the hookup culture, then we are really misdiagnosing the problem. All we're going to try to be doing at this point is prescribing cough medicine or cold medicine when an antibiotic is needed. If families fail, then social, economic, and political systems will fail as well. This is not a platitude, this is not a bumper sticker, this is not even a conservative or a liberal agenda. This is social science. As the family goes, so goes the nation.